Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Grave Mistakes podcast. It has been a fortnight since the last time we've seen each other. Today, we're going to be covering one of our favorite movies of the year in a B-tier fashion, Send Help.
Getting us out of here should be your focus, not being Susie Homemaker.
You do know you would have died out there.
Yeah, how do you think that would have worked out for you? Are you going to hunt a boar? Linda from accounting?
Justin's going to take us away with a little bit of a synopsis, as usual.
Yep, we have Send Help by horror legend Sam Ramis. It's about a corporate worker named Little, who is certainly an oddball person. Just a little weird, a little quirky. Doesn't dress the same as everybody else in the office, but she's like doing her job. She's good at her job. Her boss is replaced by the son of her boss, and there is a position that she thinks that is destined to be hers, but turns out, oh boy, gives it to one of his homies, and she's just distraught. He doesn't know what to do. La-di-da, they have to go to this big company meeting that's somewhere. I don't even know if they say where it is, but they have to take a private plane, and it eventually crashes, and the only survivors are these two, which is kind of like the perfect scenario. And she just turns out to be this, she's in Survivor, right? She sends all these highlight reels to Survivor about how much she wants to be into Survivor, and she's just in her absolute element. And this other guy, played by Dylan O'Brien, and obviously the other one is Rachel McAdams. A weird mix, but yeah, he's just out of his element, and we get into shenanigans, to say the least.
I feel like, to honestly, piggyback on your previous point, the Rachel McAdams Dylan O'Brien combo is not one that I expected, but definitely one I needed. It was like a little dessert, especially for both of their acting styles, and them kind of being in different generations of different movies. But I guess it kind of ended up making sense in that way. You know, they're both kind of good at playing like these serious, dramatic actors that have a sense of humor and don't take things too seriously. I don't know how you were introduced to either of these two actors, but Dylan O'Brien was one of the main characters in the hit show Teen Wolf with multiple
I never
seasons.
watched it. I remember the billion ads that I would see growing up because they just had them everywhere. But I knew it from Maze Runner.
Yeah, so that show. Oh, yeah, Maze Runner 2. That show was definitely marketed towards teenage women, but for some reason it worked for me too. Something about him and Tyler Posey just did it for me, I guess.
No, I never, I never got it. I've seen some terrible CGI though.
Oh, okay, then you're basically an expert. Because that's pretty much 90% of the movie is horrible CGI and then male actors shirtless. All right.
Yeah,
so
but Rachel McAdams. Yeah, that's easy. That's Mean Girls. Like, she's Regina George.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
She is the big bad. And it's really funny to see her go from this or that to this. I know she's in a lot of stuff, but obviously I know her from that. But yeah, it's just really weird. Like, she's just in a different level of her career.
I forgot that is Regina George. I also, on Google, just realized that she's also Doctor Strange's love interest in the original movie. I know that's not one of her very specific or well-known parts.
Like the Doctor?
Yes, but Wedding Crashers, recognize that. I do recognize her playing a character in the Sherlock Holmes movie. So,
Discombobulate?
Yeah, Discombobulate, yes. I think it's the second one, though, where they're facing Moriarty. But in general, coming out of the theater, how was your experience?
I think my theater, this movie is tagged as a horror comedy, and my theater, I really felt it. It was one of those classic movie experiences. Like, I don't know if we still get these anymore. I feel like it was more of 2010-ish, where people actually laughed and had fun.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, so they were having a great time. The jokes really landed, and just like the awkward comedy of just of her, and then him just being like this. I loved his laughter.
Oh, bro, you talked about that in an interview, bro. He did that on purpose. Yeah, that's good.
Something on the lines of that, man. Like the frat dude, bro, energy that he gave. She was just the opposite spectrum. It was really funny. Yeah, how'd you feel? How was your theater?
As typically regular for me, I went on like a random weekday night, so there was almost no one in the theater. So it was me experiencing all of this comedy in silence, but I did think it was pretty funny, and I was like, I was actually kind of surprised. So a horror movie like this is typically one that would kind of float past my radar at the theater, and I would usually see it when it comes to streaming. But I think it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, let's go see like whatever scary movies out. And I was like, man, like I feel like not only do movies like this not really come out as often, especially in the theater, but I kind of missed like something like this. You know what this reminded me of? Like, did you see Thanksgiving or the Valentine's?
Yes.
The Hard Eyes. Yeah.
I watched Thanksgiving, not Hard Eyes, even though I heard they're about the same, like, kind of ish movie. But yeah, not Valentine's Day. Oh my God, Thanksgiving was. You're saying it was that kind of vibe, or just like
it's like the horror comedy is kind of coming back. Like the campy, like completely ridiculous horror movie. It's kind of bouncing back, and I'm here for it. It's interesting because I swear that this movie was marketed to be entirely like a horror movie, not like at all like a comedy. I must admit, like maybe I missed that in the marketing.
I think they showed some in like the office antics before they go in, and it could be a little goofy. I also think I saw this movie in IMAX. So I spent $51 on 2 tickets. So I believe I saw this in IMAX. I want to say I just had to double check. I was just thinking about it.
I don't even know if this is the type of movie where I would notice a difference whether it was in IMAX or regular, but
oh no, just the experience, for fun.
I will say, if a movie is available in IMAX, I'm definitely going to see it in that format.
Right.
But something like this, it is funny that they even offered it. That's how you know there was like no major releases coming out this time.
It was in January. Yeah, it came out at the end. It's like just a graveyard for movies, right? I think Megan came out in January, the first one. So that's
Yeah, like because Scream, is infamously known for coming out in like February. And so, like, movies like, this, Scream, etc. All right, so now we can kind of get into, like, our favorite parts of the movie, because I just think, like, I'm kind of ready to get into some of this stuff, because,
let's do it.
Surprised in a good way. So starting off, like, pretty much, like, early on in the movie, just the introduction of both characters was great to me, because you're instantly supposed to feel bad for Linda, because she's just, like, this office tryhard who's just trying to make friends. And then obviously Dylan O'Brien's character walks in, and he's just like the most easily hated person ever. And everyone kind of experiences this if you work in any kind of corporate setting. It's like, God damn it, like, like the chest kind of a little bit opened at the butt, and like, the snarky smile and everybody glazing them off rip. And then you got Linda's character who's like goated but doesn't get recognized. And I'm saying all this to say, the second they establish him as a piece of shit and her eating the tuna, like, that's how you know it's a Sam Raimi movie, because there's body horror almost immediately, and like kind of a subtle but gross way. Like, bro,
he just
like
being gross
sounds and like the tuna sticking on her lip. Like, I see why bro was tweaking. I would have been tweaking too, but like him taking it over the edge and being like, we need to fire her after the deal is pretty funny. But it's just like her eating that damn tuna. I hate when people are just like unaware of their own like nasty habits. Like, if you sitting there smacking, you chewing too loud, I'm sometimes guilty of this, but like, man, bro, like, bro, get that, bro. Her throwing the sandwich in the desk, bro, no bag, no plate, just tuna sandwich going right, bro.
Nah,
get her out of here. I'm kidding.
We cut like to her apartment, and like I think she's like making it. She's making the tuna salad. She's talking to her cats and all that. Like they kind of set it up to be that kind of character, but she's good at her job. That's she's good at her job, but she's just like kind of just off-putting because she just doesn't have that social awareness of, oh, maybe I should wipe my face before I talk to my boss, or just like the nepotism. Also, we were just talking about the boy, I forget his name. Dylan O'Brien's character, yeah. But like, you were just talking about how they just be glazing him, and that's just like a common trope of nowadays in the corporate world. Just somebody who's underqualified comes in, and she just
instantly usurped by this guy who they went to the same fraternity in college.
This is easy as that, right? Sigma Chi.
Yeah, I think they did an excellent job at representing like kind of that dynamic. And then it pretty much all like gets annihilated once they get on the plane, which is another scene I really like, because then you get to really see the grit of the characters. Oh, the apartment scene, though, I kind of want to go back. That one is important, as you mentioned, because that's when we're also introduced to Linda being like a survivalist, like. Outside of the pod, you and I always talk about activities or weird hobbies it'd be fun to get into. This is a perfect example of someone who did that. Like, outside of the office environment, she is booking solo trips to like completely not abandoned, but just like
remote.
Yeah, remote areas, forests, canyons, etc., to practice her survival skills. So.
I think she's been like applying for Survivor for, it sounds like, several years. I don't know how old this lady is. I think she might be like late 30s, early 40s, maybe. But yeah, that's the I'm sure she's the exact same age as Rachel McAdams. But yeah, that she just working towards this goal, and I mean, it works for her later on. She got the perfect scenario. But yeah, it's just would you look at her and like think that she would be into this kind of stuff?
So it's perfect that you mentioned that, because they do this in two ways. One, by doing like what you're doing, where she's like, I mean, she's wearing like an older style dress in the office, so absolutely not. She doesn't give Laura Croft energy. And then two, they do the same thing with the actor, because they try to make Rachel McAdams seem to be one of the ugliest, most unattractive, annoying.
I don't know how they did it.
Environment.
They did it.
Yeah, they're trying to subvert, immediately. But no, I wouldn't expect that either. But like I said, a lot of times you look at someone and you're like, what the heck? Like, so I was talking to somebody at work, and they were like, I had absolutely no idea that you were in anime. When you referenced JJK, I lost my mind. So apparently I wasn't giving anime vibes, but I
had a certain experience. I was at a job, and somebody was like, oh, I thought you didn't like that kind of stuff. I thought you were into sports. And I'm like, I like a lot of stuff. It's just not that,
Why not both?
Why not both? Why not both?
And then, so the plane scene, now this is my worst nightmare. So they're in the plane, all the frat dudes that are going to get promoted over her, and then one guy goes, check this out, and finds her, bro, this is so fucked.
I couldn't do this amount of bullying, man.
Finds her survival, like, tapes, like her audition tapes, basically, and they're just fucking dying laughing. And this is the... Bro, her overhearing the audio and recognizing it and not knowing how to react, I felt so bad. This is basically like if if anyone I worked with found my podcast, like I was just walking around,
that's how it feels,
and overheard my voice.
Your voice,
yeah, I'd be like, oh fuck, not like I don't want them to know it, but like when worlds collide, kind of,
No, she does, like, she doesn't say anything, because the entire time it makes it worse is she's doing her job. She's like working away on some like proposal or something, and she's about to hit like either like save, and I think she just deletes it, and then that's it, because she's getting actively bullied in the back. They just don't care, and they're doing that thing where it's like and they're like,
bro, literally not even being subtle, just being like, her over there laughing at you. Yeah, bro.
But yes, that was terrible. But we get like the plane crash scene, like, I think it's just turbulence. It seems like that causes this plane to crash.
There's like a fucking pigeon or something that flies into the engine turbine, because this is kind of a comedy movie. So like,
this is Sam Raimi also.
Exactly. So I think like a stork or something just annihilated like the engine. And then there's obviously like the moment where they're all clamoring to not fly out of the plane, and everyone turns on each other, and Dylan O'Brien is like kicking his friend in the fucking face to get him off of
get the seatbelt.
And then he's trying to because she uses the fork or something to get him off him, remember?
Yeah, so they're literally fighting for the last seat,
but she's already in it. She's been buckled up the whole time.
Oh, he's actively trying to unbuckle her. Yeah, that is, man. These they're all so bad. But he he flies out the window, and his tie is stuck in, the window's open, so he's just like actively banging his head on the window, and the comedy of just pulling down, that got a huge laugh, pulling down the window.
MCU comedy right there. Just like I feel like the Seinfeld theme should play after that
was good. And then the plane eventually crashes, and I think she survives and swims up, but he's still like locked in. And does she save him? I want to say, yeah. That's, man. Yeah, she saves him, and then they eventually make it to this island, and she is just getting accustomed to life. And he's injured as well, right?
Yeah, his leg's super fucked up, and I don't remember what the name of the book was, but there's this book that we read in middle school where there was like
Lord of the Flies?
no, it's a young boy and an older black man, and they get stranded on an island, and he goes blind, and this dude takes care of him. And I remember the
After
man,
Earth?
No. Absolutely not. The man always calls the kid Young Baja, so I just can't remember it. But that's pretty much like the
Young
same
Baja. Okay, yeah.
it's pretty much like a similar scenario where the one person is like really adept at the environment and can take care of the other one. So yeah, Dylan O'Brien's character, or Bradley. Bradley is an asshole the entire time with his leg super fucked up, and she's like building a shelter, nursing him back to health,
Keeping him alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is where Linda activates. She's in her natural environment, and he's like, how dare you talk to your boss like that? And eventually, she's like still in kind of like this half work mode, half survival mode, or instead of like retaliating immediately, she kind of just like ignores him politely. And then
the nerve.
Yes.
The nerve of this dude.
Bro.
Yeah.
And he keeps trying to like kind of assert like office politics over her, and eventually she's just like, hey, we're not at work.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to help you. Can you stop being an asshole?
Yeah.
And this dynamic pretty much like continues throughout the entire movie. So not to like go through every beach scene, but like what are some of your favorite moments between them kind of just like trying to figure out this dynamic on the beach? Because I have a couple that I think hit pretty hard.
It's just him just like lying on the beach and just like this either happens before or after that he like, it's like, I'm done with you. I could do this myself, because she's just doing this shelter thing. There's many scenes where she looks like she's just eating sushi. She's made her own plate of sushi and she's eating.
Like, that's the best one when he's eating. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's really hitting that that this is like a revenge. Like, we're not in the office no more. Like, this is my world. Like, that's what this was given until until we get a little later, and it seems like everybody's an asshole. But
nah, bro.
Yeah,
she was right.
She was right.
Yeah,
she was right. But like, there's
the canyon stuff was crazy though. The cliff with the
okay, yeah. I was gonna say.
Like, I feel like pretty much the slow build up to her being like, I don't think I want to leave this place because it's fucking awesome, and I'm doing the thing, and him being like, we got to get out of here as fast as possible. It's kind of like the driving MacGuffin of the movie. But yes, him basically like in a cartoon villain way, betraying her at every corner. Like every time he gets slightly healthy, he tries to leave. So when he first builds the raft, like he basically.
The poisoning.
Yes, he tries to like seduce her in a strange fashion, almost, and so he's like, "Let me cook for you." And this is after the scene where she prepares what honestly looks like some of the most delicious food I've ever seen in my life. Bro, when he eats that fucking bug and it explodes all the bug guts everywhere, I was like, I hate this movie so much. That was so fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it was like some scorpion or something. Yes. No, I'm trying to think. There's so many scenes. Like main thing, man. Her killing that boar.
Oh, I forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That was some of the most gross scenes I've seen. It's just, I think she like kills it by it like charges her, and she has like the spear up, and it like accidentally impales itself. But it's just like. Screaming, and like when the snot starts coming out too, alongside with the blood out of its mouth,
just on her face.
Like, yeah, just straight on her face. Yeah, and she comes back looking like this warrior prince. Doesn't she just drop the head next to old boy?
I laughed out loud when the head hits the ground and the blood just smacks him in the face, and he's just like,
yeah.
Bro, that was so. Cause I like when the head hit the ground, I was like, oh, whatever. But like when it cut, it was just like. He just gets smacked down by the blood.
He just gets smacked. Yeah, he's just like, no, it's just, he was discombobulated.
Yes. No, I like when he gets on that raft after poisoning her with like was it the fit? No, it's the local berry or something that she introduces him to. And then I'm like. God damn, I think she's about to die because like the way she was like foaming at the mouth. Bro, he gets on that raft, it falls apart immediately, and then he washes back up on the shore. And then the scene where she gets him back by knocking him unconscious and then starts like killing the rat, but you think she's literally cutting off his genitals. I was like,
yes.
bro, I thought she was just circumcising bro right then and there on the beach.
Oh, my audience was just like at each step.
It was being dramatic.
I thought it was happening too, because like I think it was like a paralyzing agent, right? So he wouldn't necessarily feel it, but he would just like see the blood. But like she's just like, it's a rat, hey,
because he can't move. He can't like look down. So him and the audience don't know if he's getting mutilated in that way. I like that scene a lot. Love the scene where. They keep kind of panning the camera over to this canyon. It's like foreshadowing that something's gonna happen, and then she's just casually like picking fruit one day, and then bro's fiance and a random local pull up in a boat, and they're like, "We're here to save you guys," and she has to pretend to be excited, and she's like,
she's like, "Yay!"
And then, bro, what gives it away is she's got like the homemade knapsack full of the fruit, and the guy's like, "We have snacks on the boat, like you don't have to carry it anymore." She's like, "No, I want to."
Yeah, no, like you just knew that she was just gonna. Just get rid of these people.
Doesn't she get saved on the cliff like that? Because someone almost dies on the cliff earlier, and that's how she knows. Like
she does, and Dylan O'Brien's character saves her.
Yeah.
And like it's like their whole thing is just building up trust, and there's just him just fucking it up. I mean, and then there's a reset, and building up trust, and him just doing some just despicable shit, and then there's a reset. But no, this time the cliff, she just lets both of them die. Yeah, just the guide and
she literally pushes them off, bro. And then he's like, "Help me!" She's like, like hits
the thing, and it has the nerve to be guilty about it.
The only part about like the double homicide that I found to be strange was the nightmare sequence where there's like a CGI zombie ghost. Didn't absolutely expect that in any capacity. I was like,
no.
I thought this movie was like doing like a Shyamalan. I was about to get so mad.
No, yeah, it looked like it's just a random Evil Dead ghoul or something popped up for like a second. Yeah, because the scene is pretty cool because she's just like lying there, and then she starts hearing the girlfriend like screaming, and we see her crawling. And at first, you're like, did she actually just survive that? And has just been wading water and just climbs out. But no, there is just a nightmare sequence, and she's just freaking out over guilt of killing two people on purpose, mind you, not on accident.
So here's my question: the scene where the girlfriend's arm is extended above the sand, and like the ring is still visible. Did that happen, or is that part of the nightmare scene? Because doesn't he? I can't remember. Does he eventually finds the engagement ring, right? And that's how he knows.
That's how he finds the ring. Yeah, that's how he finds the ring.
I thought that scene was entirely a dream. That was so fucking unserious. The arm coming up above the thing, like we're in like a 90s zombie movie. I was like, he's not devastated enough for me. I
thought he was quite devastated the last time I seen, and I like every time they show the ring, like it's probably the third time because like I think the first time we see her in the office is like a little sparkle, and then the second time when she sees them on the boat, and then this last time because this is a big ass ring, but he's pretty devastated, and that's when he's just like, oh, this bitch is lying to me.
Big ups to Preston for his interracial relationship. We love to see it.
I was gonna say big ups. I forget her name, like Zara or something like that. Zuri, yeah.
I gotta be honest, the movie tries to establish Zuri as like unlikable at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, she's so like, yeah, she's cool.
No, but yeah, like later when she comes to the island, she's cool. But like when they're in the office environment, there's like that weird moment where where Preston and Linda are having the meeting, and Zuri is kind of like backing him up when he's like, kind of get the fuck out of here kind of thing. And this is right after he was like, insinuating that he was going to cheat with the new intern. So that was kind of funny. But so we kind of yada our way into the most dangerous game, because eventually he gets a hold of the knife and then ends up chasing her. And this is pretty much like the end of the movie for the most part. Like Linda's kind of gone full batshit by this point. And I love this so much when he escapes and finds the vacation house.
Yes.
By this point, the way the movie has presented it is that Linda has intentionally avoided going there because she likes the survival aspect of the island. So when he gets there and he's like fuck yeah, and he's like because she finds it earlier in the movie, I think.
That's where she gets the knife from, because he's like, "Where'd you get this knife?" He's like, "Oh, it floated here."
Yes. So I take back everything I just said. That was actually all bullshit. But it like, in my opinion, it implies that she at least didn't return there for anything else other than like the knife, like in knowing it existed. So when he gets there, basically what I'm trying to say is that there's no way to anticipate that she's already lying in wait. So when he opens the drawer and everything is gone, I'm like, oop.
And just like she was just, I'm gonna hide this just in case.
Yes, and now we
everything
have
away.
Jungle warfare scenario, bro. Oh my god, when they it's like there's the golf club fight scene, and like doesn't she get her eyeball smacked out?
I think he like sticks his finger in there. Yeah. This is another Sam Raimi thing. He loves stuff with eyes. One of her eyes definitely gets messed up. I forget how. Maybe like a thumb or like a finger or something like that. But yeah, it's damaged.
Yeah, when they're going absolutely back and forth, I'm like, bruh, I actually thought she was gonna die. Like, because by this point we've kind of switched her into like the evil character. So I thought they were gonna do some rah rah where Bradley like hits her with the one time and then becomes a good person because he lost everything. But nah. Just straight up murders bro. And then we get the smash cut to her on the golf course, and they're like, Linda, what's the secret to your success? And she's like, if you work hard enough and you just keep trying, you're gonna make it. And then she does a literal wink at the camera. Absolutely peak camping.
And just speeds off in like a convertible.
Terrible storytelling, but in the best way possible. Like, so on the nose, absolutely ridiculous.
I thought this was a really fun movie, man. I feel like you don't really get too many of these anymore. Just like a perfect mash of like horror comedy. Man, the ending is just so like, just like the cut from just the golf club coming down to hit his eye, and then boom, she's just hitting her own golf club. But I love to wonder like, what does she do after that? Like, obviously she like built a raft and got off or somehow, but like, what is this billionaire gonna do when they come back and just see this fucking dude like this mess in the house? Unless she cleaned up everything, or it leaves you to wonder. But
because I think she said something about because she notices there's a cleaning / restock crew. So what I'm assuming happens is, I'm assuming she doesn't kill those people, so I'm assuming she has like she knows the timeline or how long it takes for this cleaning crew to come reset the house. Because that's how she notices the house originally, is because there's like people going in and bringing stuff in there, I think. So I imagine she cleans everything up, throws bro like off, like, into the ocean or off the cliff or something, and then uses the survival boat to escape, like the boat that Zuri and them showed up on. And I assume she just drives to wherever like the main inhabited island is, and was like, oh my god, like I'm rescued, everyone else just died in the crash, kind of thing. And I imagine she executes that because she's the one who created like the strategy for this big sale. So I imagine she just goes back to her company because she deleted the file, and then takes credit like as she should, gets promoted, etc.
It seems like she's getting just endorsements though for surviving, because she's like an actual survivor. This is a survival story. So did she like make a book or something and sell it?
Yeah, just I feel like this. It's just her on Jimmy Kimmel telling her story.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the vibe anyway. After, but yeah,
I think that's pretty much what happens. And she seizes the wealth and is like, "Yeah, this is what you should do. You should also kill your boss in a remote environment.
Work hard." Yeah.
I didn't really like the movie though. It is an hour and 53 minutes, which I feel like for something like this you'd expect to be 90 minutes at the most, but I think it worked. I don't think the movie ran too long, and I really don't have that many criticisms outside of like the weird ghoul scene, because it balanced like the comedy and the self-seriousness just enough for me to like. I mean, any ridiculousness in the movie is intentional and works, and then any serious beats only kind of come in to like reestablish stakes. So like, I feel like it's hard for this movie to have any criticisms. Is there any nitpicks or anything you have?
None in particular. I mean, I just thought it was a fun movie. No like critiques doesn't mean like it's like a 10. Like I think it's probably like when we get to the scale, I don't know. I guess we'll get to that when we get to it. But no critiques, but I still enjoyed it. I didn't like love it all the way, but I think it was still pretty funny. I was just happy to like laugh in the theater. It's been a minute, and just I enjoyed it for the most part.
All right, we'll move on to most chilling scene. So, what scene did you find the most
chilling scene? I mean, oh gosh, it's hard.
I went
I
with
mean,
Zuri
yeah.
getting pushed off the ledge because that was like kind of the moment where Linda's character loses all morality. So there's like a moment you're kind of holding out hope for her because both characters, especially the boat driver, bro, what the fuck? Like, you know.
Bro, hella chill. Yeah, he's just helping her try to find her husband. But I guess like most chilling. I guess when we thought that she's alive and she's crawling to the shore,
fuck,
I'll
yeah,
give
okay.
that.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
she's
good one.
screaming, and I'm like, oh wow, like this shit's about to go down. But yeah, that's pretty much chilling.
Next, we'll go grave mistake. For the uninitiated, this is the horrible decision that led to the worst outcome. So for this one, it's obviously going to be Bradley selecting his dumbass friend to get the promotion instead of Linda, who's clearly carrying the team.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I was just gonna say maybe more holistically, just him just bullying. I can't really say that, but he's just such an asshole like the entire time to her. He's just setting up for this scenario to go this way. Like I'm not gonna say like he fully deserved it. Maybe so, but.
See, one thing I like about this movie, though, is it kind of establishes to me that he did deserve it because not only does she give him multiple chances, she gives him like a wake up moment, like I know your dad was shitty to you. Because remember, he's telling the story about how his childhood sucked, and she's like, it's like, hey, like I know your dad was shitty to you, but I'm gonna help you and we can be friends. And he still backstabs her immediately.
Still did it, yeah. That was like right after because I think that's the conversation during the dinner he made. Exactly. Yeah, but after she kills like 2 innocent people, that's when it goes into like
she's
limbo
not
for
great,
me.
You know.
Yeah, she's not great. Yeah, she's not. But no.
So your grave mistake is just him being just
him being an asshole. Yeah, I guess. I guess the grave mistake goes to his father for not raising him correctly.
Oh, okay, victim blaming. So we're just I like kicking the can down the. So it's Ted Bundy's parents' fault. Hell yeah! All right, let's go. With, all right, pick your death scene. How you going out?
Pick my death scene. Oof. Man, so you think they fell into the ocean and just like hit the water, probably broke some bones. They could have broke their neck like immediately. Or you think they're weighing in the water? You think they barely survived?
Someone
or are you
definitely
going down
got killed by a shark for sure. So
Sure.
I'm not going out on that plane crash.
Yeah, that's the worst one for sure.
Which is interesting because you'd think it wouldn't be as bad because you instantly get clapped out, but it's like clamoring for your survival in that way, and then free falling out of a plane. Absolutely.
Yeah, like just hitting the water, like the rough waves at like 100 miles per hour, by like just your body. At least I don't know how fast they were going, but yeah, you're getting tore up. Maybe it's instant death.
That's why I'm so terrified of heights, and like I guess I'm afraid of falling, not heights. But like the concept of just having that like couple seconds of opportunity to just acknowledge that you're about to get like exploded, like
It's over.
You know when you drop, you actually knock a glass or something off a counter, and you have like 3 seconds to catch it, but you think you have a chance. It's just that on your way down from like a skyscraper or like a plane, but you just know that you can't catch the glass.
It's over.
So you're just hitting it.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's over.
So I think I might have to go out. Like honestly, Dylan O'Brien's character is pretty fucked. And getting picked.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get like eyeball like smashed with a golf club. Yeah.
I think I gotta go out like one of the two on the cliff.
Yeah, so you are boat driver, I am Zuri. Okay.
Man, what the fuck? And that sucks too, because that's a high height, but I feel like it's less time to know that it's tough. Damn.
It's hard because they built it up though, because they was like, help me, help.
I guess I gotta go out. It's not easy. Then all these.
It's not easy.
You did a good job.
It's like the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll go out on the plane then. Ideally, one of the guys that flies out first, not one of the people that tries to kill someone else before dying. Like imagine, like you die, and if you're religious, like after the plane crash, it's like actually your life is fine, but then you tried to kill someone. So how about hell? Like.
Yeah. No, I think it's got to be somebody on the plane who just didn't see it coming,
like the pilot. I'm the pilot. Get fucked. Yeah. I got the best one.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Sequel possibility. Actually, let the music. There really wasn't any music. Well, actually, was there there's a couple needle drops in this movie, wasn't there?
There were some needle drops. I'm kind of like blanking on it, but there was nothing that was like, oh, this is bad. You know, I just, yeah.
Representation station. Low key, this movie might be getting like a. Honestly, I gotta give it like a. I go 8.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, you know, we got Dennis Haysbert, the Allstate guy, at the beginning of the movie.
For like 2 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, and then Zuri is the fiance as a prominently recurring character. Our two protagonists on an island in somewhere in Asia are Caucasian, but also like there's only 2 characters. So like I think what did I say, an 8? I think an 8 is appropriate for this movie.
Like 7-ish. Like, I don't know. I feel like 8 would be like, you know, almost.
See, we got women empowerment though, so that's why I gotta go.
We do have women empowerment. That is a part of the diversity. Yeah, she's like the main character anyway, so yeah, we can put that up there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, sequel possibility. I actually like this one because for a B-tier horror movie like this, I think the best way to set up a sequel for Send Help is surely just putting her on another island, but in a different environment. Like, this is the type of franchise you could just keep stranding Rachel McAdams on different, like, survival environments and pairing her with different types of people. So it'd basically be like a slasher franchise. So in the next movie, the plane crashes in Alaska, and now she's the CEO. So she's kind of gotten used to this comfortable lifestyle. So some of her skills aren't up. She's in a brand new biome, and maybe this time she crashes with someone of good moral standing. That kind of starts to tweak out on her. So she's in like a flipped role. So now it's like, you know, right? Okay. Doesn't that sound like something you go see?
Yeah, I'm thinking more like I'm not sure if they could pull off another plane crash and it'd be like.
No, that's why it'd be funny. It'd be stupid.
Yeah, it would be funny and stupid if she's on another one and got stuck on another island. I'm thinking like she's going on more of these jungle adventures, these jungle you know, when they get in like a jeep and just go into the middle. She's with some other tourists too, and then boom, something happens. I don't know, to the tourist guy, and it's one of those they're stuck in a destination type thing and they got to make their way out.
So remember that trope we kept doing with in the early 2000s and like late 90s with Vietnam movies where characters would return to the area and there would still be like undiscovered landmines. So you're saying like, you know, we go to like a jungle somewhere,
Cambodia,
or something, and there's like, you know, like from a previous war, there's landmines there, and the tour guide just gets blinked off, and she's got so yes. Okay. So you want a cooperative survival movie where the horror is coming from the environment. So we do a genre pivot. So instead of like a survival horror, like man versus man scenario, we're basically an Anaconda now, where like the horror is coming from the environment. That's kind of sick. I don't hate that either.
This is how the tourist guy would die. This is the same kind of movie. You know, they're walking, you know, it's like that, the one couple who just got married, they're like, these are mosquitoes, whatever. And then another character's like, I heard they have a lot of landmines over here. And the tourist guy's like, yeah, but most of them got cleared out. And then that's where it starts, of course. This is the same. So, yeah, that's exactly how that would go in this scenario.
I don't hate that. Like, and then returning Rachel McAdams to her hero status is like, you know, and then there's obviously one person in the group who has to switch up on them. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Sorcerer before. Excellent pick on the Criterion Collection, by the way. One of my favorite movies of all time.
I need to lock it down. Don't go too hard, but just be vague.
I'm not going to spoil it. But essentially, the concept of Sorcerer is a bunch of guys have to drive a truck full of extremely volatile material through the jungle. And, you know, like there's always opportunity potentially for either betrayal or camaraderie. So you're always kind of wondering if someone's going to turn on someone else or if like, you know, they're gonna like, you know, set aside their differences and lock in. I think that would be excellent. Honestly, I would fucking love like a sequel to something like this. Like the Thanksgiving movies / like the Hard Eyes stuff. Like give me campy sequels to this kind of thing. I don't like because the problem I think with the Halloween franchise and like our normal slasher franchises, they're too self-serious to where when they make sequels, you feel like the narrative has to make sense. Like we're on Scream 7 with Sidney Prescott again. there's almost nothing you're gonna be able to throw at us that's gonna like not be fucking stupid.
It's just it's campy, so they can do it. It's not like a serious. I wouldn't say like not serious, but it's not a horror movie like the other stuff we've been getting. Like I guess like Smile, like that's just
That's
this is
just regular
definitely different from
serious.
that. That's just regular serious, like I'm sad horror. Like why is this happening to me? But this is more of like goofy, like oh yeah, I can see this.
It's fun and lighthearted, and it and it,
in a way.
it just like we kept saying, it kind of teeters between that like scary movie, like comedy, but also still being like a real scenario. So in general, what do you think you give the movie out of 5? We're doing Letterboxd standard score here.
I would say. I would say a 4. I think I'd be okay with a 4.
That is such
Maybe
a high score. That's okay.
Maybe a 4 is a little high, but like I can't. I think 3.5. Like, is that a little low? Is that low?
I think I could see 3.5 as a reasonable circumstance. Actually, that's exactly what I gave it.
3.5. Yeah. I can do 3.5. I think 4 is like 4 is a little high, but 3.5 is yeah. I guess 2.5 is the middle, so it's definitely a little more. But I think 3.5 is a fun little ride.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think a 3 is like a movie. I'm like, no, I kind of liked it. But like a 3.5 is like there was something there, and I think this gets a 3.5.
Is this like the best this genre could be?
I don't think
like
so.
The Evil Dead's. All right, is that higher than this, or is that more horror?
I think actually, I see what you're saying. So I think this is the best it can be, but I think there's different plots and like set pieces that could make this kind of thing even better. Like the survivalness of it is fine, but I just think I can see more potential for this kind of genre, because Evil Dead, the first one, is a serious movie. The second one is like we completely pivoted into like something like this, like Send Help, and then the third one is extremely only comedy. Like it's basically Monty Python. So yeah, I do think this is actually kind of like a peak representation, because another version is The Monkey. Like The Monkey.
Oh man.
Where it's almost too ridiculous, but still funny. Like I think The Monkey teeters a little too much into ridiculous.
I think I did like that. I might have liked that a little more than this, honestly. I think I'd rather rewatch The Monkey than rewatch this. Yeah, I just enjoyed the comedy of it. It's just kind of funny. I like the main character of that more than Dylan O'Brien, I would say.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to hate Dylan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way that the guy would talk in that movie. I know we're doing a little pivot, but he'd just be like, the monkey's returned. Like that shit was getting me, man. Yeah, it was really funny. But yeah, I
think The Monkey is a little bit more rewatchable in like a Final Destination sense, because it's pretty much a compilation of like
imagine if someone died like this.
Yeah, MacGyver death scenes. I don't remember the name of it. The mechanism where it's like a bunch of useless things hit each other and make more things happen.
Yes.
Basically that. So you can kind of watch that clip by clip. Send Help, there is like a through line of a story, and there's slow points of it. And since you know how the movie's going to end, some of those on rewatch, I imagine, feel a little bit like probably slothy. But yeah, Letterboxd is average score is a 3.4, so we're hovering right around the rest of the audience.
Yeah, consensus, general consensus.
Yeah,
yes.
I love getting aggregated.
I love it.
All right. So I think that kind of concludes how we feel about Send Help. You got any closing notes?
No, I thought this was fun. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, I just thought it was a good ride. If you haven't seen it, see it. Yeah, nothing too negative to say. I enjoyed the movie.
All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yes.